is all over the globe, and it's one stuff that we need to get our hands on. It's politics, 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 and this is the season. So many things are happening in our political dispensation. Yesterday, the ADC faction led by Kachuku had their own convention, and of course, Kachuku has been nominated as the presidential candidate. I can't ask. In 2023, this man contests the election. We know who knows in contest. How many people vote for him? We don't know. So I ask again, why do people get into politics? Why do you want to contest election when you know you can't win? You can't even come close. If Peter Obi never did sure, even Bola Tinubu never did sure, Nakachuku, but the thing is that surprises can happen. But the biggest question is that INEC is recognizing David Mark's own faction of the ADC. And Kachuku is doing convention. What is cooking? Something is cooking. Something is smelling there. Don't you see something underlying the tune? Something is going on there, my people. Somebody tell me what's going on. Are we going to have a swap or a sweep or whatever? And some people still the same Peter Obi stayed here. Aha! Is the PDP presidential candidate. Right now, we know Bola Tinubu for the APC. We know Peter Obi for the NDC. ADC, how market? Where would they wait for now? Where's the numbers? This morning, we talk about the numbers. Everybody, the numbers. Bola Tinubu, the president, pulled 10.9 million votes in the primaries. Well, it will interest you to know that the entire Nigeria voted and he got 8 million. And now only the APC votes, he gets 10.9 million. What a bombshell. Okay, so everybody is saying, is this how it's going to be? Well, come next year, election 2027, if APC get 20 million, no surprises. Because if only the APC delegates or everybody who voted, and Imo State alone give them nearly 600,000 votes. 580 something thousand votes from Imo State. And when did it happen? How did the voting take place? How did they calculate this thing overnight? Because this thing was done on Saturday, and on Monday, on that same Sunday night, same day, we got 10 point something million. Who calculated them? How did they do it? Is it electronic voting? This is an electronic voting where they say no go work for the main election. Did they do electronic voting in the APC presidential primaries? Only time we tell. These are our questions. And we ask, why can't we have electronic voting in Nigeria if the APC can use it? What a bombshell. Today we shout, oh, me tabo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be taking a look at all this and many more on this show today. We hope to be having an APC chieftain who will join us later on to explain what really happened later on the show. But at the end of the day, the APP, and of course, APP today is holding their own convention in Imo State to select who will represent them, who will be the flag bearer. We already know that somebody is going for governor as well as going for Senate. I don't know how that will happen. So if he miss Senate, you don't want to miss governor. If he gets Senate, go from there, come back and contest governor. I don't know how that one won't be. But we hear that the one and only Buruburu of APP is also going to be there. Well, after this program, we'll be rushing down to that place to cover that and bring you all the juicy details. But as it stands, we don't have any presidential candidate for the APP. Or will they spring some surprises and give us a presidential candidate? Only time will tell. Everybody, welcome aboard. Joining me this morning to have this conversation is the one and only the Query Stone Radio. Welcome, Chief Comrade Salvatore Amadi. Good morning, comrade.
Fantastic morning to you, Barry Cosmos. My pleasure once again to be with you on air. Another beautiful, beautiful Monday morning.
Yeah, it's a political go showdown. It's Politics 360, go around the clock. So this morning, I'm excited this morning. I don't know why, but the fact is that I just get excited sometimes when I see numbers. Because if you want to treat Barry Cosmos, speak English, no be numbers, and then they use number treat me. So at the end of the day, it's kind of funny how people are perceiving the whole of this. So many people say the APC is just showing us how they want to rig the election. Some people say, well, APC is showing the show of strength. Some people say the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu's good works he's doing. So many crazy interpretation coming from the APC primaries that brought 10.9 million votes for President Bola Tinubu. and his closest rival got, I don't know, 6,000 votes. Anyway, 6,000, but that was 14 votes. I know better pass. I have 6,014, they made the same thing. 14 votes, did outside, 6,000 votes. Yeah, for presidential candidate. Kachuku, did he get up to 6,000 during the 2023 presidential election? I don't know. So we'll bring you all those numbers later on the show. Welcome aboard, people. It is going to be a comic one today. Everybody just relax, enjoy yourself, because we are here to educate, inform, and entertain you this morning. That's what we do on radio. But before we do all that, let's take a look at what the papers are saying this morning in our newspaper review. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back. Okay, we start up with the Age Express newspaper as our first point of call. The Age Express is here. Coalition of Okigwe's Zone, or Okigwe Zone Youth's President seeks justice for Isi Alambana over APC ticket. Coalition of Okigwe Zone Youth's President seeks justice for Isi Alambana over APC ticket. Urges Uzodimma to allow Miriam Onoha complete Isi Alambana's turn in 2027. This turn by turn thing, now my turn. It's beginning to become an eyesore in Nigerian politics, because somebody has been there and you're talking about completing. Is it about completing tenure that matters, or the dividends of what that person is doing, or the work the person is doing? Why do we keep talking about turn? Is turn the prerequisite to elect people nowadays?
What you're facing, what is on the table right now, Barry Cosmos, is I'm happy you aptly described the situation for this very episode of this program. Entertainment galore.
Yeah.
Comedy galore. And so you are actually matters that are of utmost national importance are being treated with levity and comedy.
Okay.
Which is very regrettable. Now, everybody is talking about equity, all across board. And the person they are talking about has served 2 terms already. And the original authentic agreement on rotation.
Is it yes?
Yes. So somebody after serving 2 terms now wants to go for a third, and somebody out there is saying it is utter madness.
Okay. Let's not dwell on that, because Madam Miriam Onoha has been there. Isi Alambana people, they want to return, and it's a turn of which side of Mbano, Isi Alambana to complete their turn. I don't know how that happens, but then for those of you from Mbano, I only want to know that one Anglican Diocese of Olu hosts 14th Synod as Bishop Benjamin Okeke charges Christians to trust in God. A theater school proprietor arraigned for allegedly raping 4-year-old. Jesus Christ. A proprietor?
What have you not seen in Nigeria?
Are you kidding me? It's not even a teacher. The proprietor, that means the owner of the school. Yes. Raping a 4-year-old. Oh, God of mercy, Jesus, man. This is so sad.
It is rather rampant, if you ask me. It's just that
I know it's rampant, but it's kind of surprising. Well, a proprietor? Really?
Don't be surprised further if you hear that maybe there was this angle of ritual purpose to it. And that's very, very sad, because people are getting massively deceived, and they are doing things that are subhuman, and it's quite pathetic.
Crazy. Well, Idiata Federal Constituency, Ugo Chinyere, emerges APP consensus candidate. That's not surprising. Well, that young man has been carrying this party on his head for a while now. So who else is going to go dislodging? That's not surprising. It's been a long time coming. We have understood that one. Aguriogu assures Uzodimma of unwavering support over Egu's APC Assembly ticket, and all just leaders, people of Ngokpala, LGA, to do the same. All right, that's what we will be taking on the Age Express newspaper. All right, we'll go down now to the Nigerian News Point. Yeah, the Nigerian News Point is our next point of call, where we have a APC primary CDB Williams salutes Uzodinma orders candidates, and 35 million Nigerians may face acute hunger next few months. This is a warning from UN. UN is warning Nigeria that 35 million Nigerians may face acute hunger, not just hunger, acute one, next few months. All right, for those of you who are wondering why am I here alone today, my microphone partner is unavoidably absent. I needed to remind you that, sorry, I've not said it earlier on, but I just needed to remind you. My microphone partner is unavoidably absent today, so you are not going to be hearing a pretty wonderful voice this morning, but definitely she's here somehow. I know, I'm going to banter this chair. Nobody to banter this morning. That's not nice. But definitely, Mrs. Dawn is going to be here probably tomorrow or thereabout. So bear with us. Okay, we have this issue, 35 million acute hunger. And we have 10.9 million votes for the president, who supersedes 35 million people in acute hunger.
Yes. Are you surprised when you have already been informed that about 31 persons contributed 800 billion naira from their allocations meant for these 35 million citizens for the re-election of somebody who somehow magically, without system glitch, came up with almost 11 million votes for just primaries. Welcome to entertainment land, Barry Cosmos.
Is, man. Well, it's happening. All the state governors that are going in for another tenure, we have 35 million people in your state that will be facing acute hunger. Of federal reps already in existence, 35 million people facing hunger, and they are spread across every state, every local government. Every local government chairman, 35 million people will face acute hunger in your constituency. Even State House of Assembly, the same people you represent, while you ride on 160 million vehicles, there are 35 million people who will be going hungry. This is exactly the absurdity in governance now. 35 million people. This is coming from UN, and they are warning. And they don't warn, it will still happen. All right, let's go. Trump to Nigerians. Others seeking green card. Return to your home country. Don't come to America, go back to your country. What are you coming here to do, man? Go face your problem and fix your country. Is that a good call or a bad one?
A very beautiful encouragement and fraternal advice. Very constructive and positive one. He's just telling you a similar kind of message that there's need for you to move from consumption to production. You must be productive for your country to function. But it just so happens that it appears some people have taken the advice of producing numbers, manufacturing numbers, instead of manufacturing food and goods for the citizens. They are manufacturing numbers for re-election.
Well, Trump advised, a lot of people took it in a negative space, but so many people think that Donald Trump is after some people who want to seek greener pastures. Why you're seeking greener pastures in the United States of America? People own that country. And the more people they get, the more problem you create for them in terms of settling how many millions of people. They already have how many millions of people in USA, and when you go there, you add to the number so that GDP needs to increase to help you settle down. And if you don't go there, you increase the hunger level and the number of people hungry in their country. So if the man who is at the helm of affairs of a country you are rushing to tells you, go back to your country, we don't want you here, go and fix your own country. Has he said anything wrong? Well, anybody who is seeking to go there for greener pastures will see it on the wrong side, that the man is being hateful, the man doesn't want you to survive, and all that. But is it his prerequisite for you to survive in his country? He wants you to survive in your own country. So how good or bad do you see that one? I'll let you face that answer for yourself. Imo police go after suspects following a nursing student found beheaded in a hostel. God. This is coming back. This is coming back.
Yeah. What goes around comes around. You know, somebody called me, somebody who has a daughter in nursing college in Olu Senatorial District. A couple of months back, called me and was lamenting and saying, Mr. Salvatore, please do whatever you can through your profession to ensure that the government provides adequate security for that College of Nursing. And he went on to narrate the sorts of things that happen there, what the girls there go through in the hands of criminals and rapists and all of that. Even no water supply within the campus. They have to trek like up to a mile and that kind of thing to get water.
You reminded me about something very important, Salvatore.
Okay.
A friend of mine, a very good big brother, whose daughter is schooling there, called me one time to complain about this. I tried going there, but I think events took over my whole interest that time. The daughter is there. He was giving me a first-hand information of what the kind of food they serve to those students who are schooling in Imo State Nursing School at Olu. And it's appalling that he had to spend nearly hundreds of thousands to treat food poisoning and water and all those craziness. Where they are living is nothing to write home about. Now, these are people who are supposed to be trained to take care of the sick people. And then they are getting sick just for undergoing training because of inadequate supply of food, water, electricity, even security. I mean, these young girls are nurses. Mostly the nurses there, it's not as if it's a profession for women, but here in Nigeria and the African context, mostly are the ladies that go through nursing and all that. The male feel I can be a doctor, not a nurse. But at the end of the day, these ladies are going through hell. So we call on Imo State government to please take a look into this matter. Commissioner of Health, what are you doing? This has been going on and on and on and on. And if you cannot take care of this, where you're training nurses who will take care of you in your old age or when you're sick, how do they even have the consciousness to study, the mindset to study and become nurses? They carry this evil that you've bestowed upon them by showing lack of commitment from the government and the management of that teaching hospital there. And then they take it as graduated nurse to the hospitals. How do you think these people will treat the sick?
Very pathetic, Barry. And guess what? About 3 weeks ago, I called a solar power company, and I asked how much would it cost me for you to do installation of solar-powered borehole in my house in the village. And guess what the guy told me? 1.9 million, not billion. 1.9 million naira, ordinary 1.9 million naira.
A solar that can do borehole?
Solar-powered borehole installation.
1.9 million?
Yeah, so now let's just assume that all they are doing is they'll supply the equipment and install it, then you get your people to do the borehole itself, and you can get that borehole done. You can get it done for less than 2 million. Then so add 1.9.
Invariably, we are looking at nearly less than 4 million.
Less than 4 million, and you
to provide water.
Solar-powered one I'm talking about. Since electricity now is like diamond.
I know, nobody talk about light again.
So you have the whole thing from scratch in place for less than 4 million. And people are contributing about 26 billion naira each from each state for re-election of somebody who belongs to one political party, not as if Nigeria now has only one political party. Now, so
it's so pathetic.
That's what we have on the table.
Now, this we're saying this morning is not just to go criticize people, no. We are raising the consciousness of the government and the people, even the so-called big boys. The House of Rep member there, both in Imo State and the federal ones, the rich men who are there, who they call themselves Odogo guy name. At the end of the name, at the end of all those, what can you do for an institution as important as an institution producing nurses? It's crazy. Just to think about it is alarming. I don't understand what we do in the name of politics. And then these same people whose children are there will go and line up and be singing Zabu Zabu, and the other ones will be singing that you will know. Eh?
Others will be singing Money na Water.
Money na Water.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, borehole to produce water for students is a problem.
And guess what?
Security.
1.3 million is the school, is the fees the parents pay.
Imagine that. Imagine that madness.
For each student.
Imagine the madness.
1.3 million.
Imagine the madness.
Sad.
Please, we really call on the Imo State government. Please just help this school. Help the children there. Parents, you too, help your own children. If your child is going to that school, you have an ugly incident, please call and let us have the experience of the School of Nursing there. It is so bad. Now a girl has been beheaded. Are you telling me now it's cultism? The next thing they say is cultism. In her hostel, she's beheaded. Nursing student. A father has spent millions on. Anyway, Okigwe Senate Ararume's APC primary win sparks debate in Imo North. And the PDP primaries, Natasha Akpoti, Eunice Otom, Dan Kwambo emerged senatorial candidates. Natasha is going back to the Senate.
Barry,
to challenge with Yaya Bello.
Barry, back up the truck a little bit, just a minute, back up that truck. Did I hear you say Ararume won APC primaries for Senate?
Yeah, he did.
I have a document that says Uzodinma, Imo West. That same document says Owerri Senatorial District, Alex Mbata. The same document says Patrick Ndubweze, Okigwe North. Now, Okigwe North is where Ararume comes from. So, what do we have a faction operating somewhere already?
On the day of the primary, I think I saw Ararume emerge, and I also saw that particular document you're talking about. So this is not controversy. It sparks debate. What's the debate about? Well, you want to know what the debate is, go grab a copy of the Nigerian News Point and read for yourself. But anyway, Natasha Akpoti just won the primary in the PDP, and she's going back to the Senate. Eunice Otom, that's the wife of former governor of Benue State, Sam Otom, and Dan Kwambo emerged senatorial candidates for the PDP. Oluzurume confers prestigious Lifetime Grand Award on DK. Well, these are the headlines on the newspapers here in Imo State. I think we have one more. Okay. Let me just jump to the national dailies for today. After that, we will definitely take a look at that. As our time is flying, we'll open up our phone lines very soon. 227 raise ADC tickets. ADC picks Tinubu's challenger today. All right. That is talking about the African Democratic Congress will today commence the process of selecting its presidential candidates for the 2027 general election, with party members across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory expected to participate in the exercise. Barring any last-minute changes, the party has opted for the direct primary method after all three aspirants, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, and former banker Mohammed Hayatuddin, reportedly declined calls to step down for a consensus candidate, although the ADC initially considered adopting an affirmation process similar to that used by the Nigerian Democratic Congress. Party leaders maintain that the direct primary option fully aligns with the provision of the Electoral Act 2026. As members head to the polls today, attention has turned to the political weights nationwide, appeal and perceived weaknesses of the three candidates vying for the party's sole presidential candidate. Well, you want to know more? Grab a copy of the Punch newspaper today, not today. Yesterday, Kachuku did their own convention, and he emerged as the presidential candidate without fanfare, without fanfare at all. And then we have this one now, the David Mark faction, doing theirs today. Will Atiku or Amechi or Hayatuddin emerge? Which of them?
Well, a piece of advice I would want to offer now for free is that ADC should avoid treading the path
of Labour Party?
treading the path of PDP in 2023. Because if that happens, if Atiku Abubakar emerges, you have PDP 2023 repeat. And that would be sad because you won't see any human being left in that ADC after the emergence of an Abubakar Atiku.
Why do you say so?
I say so because Nigerians are saying, Mr. Atiku, forget about this.
All right.
Try something else.
Let's open up the phone lines now for all of you out there to call and add your own voice to this conversation. Any of the headlines we have read out this morning. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Send us a WhatsApp number on 0707 491 3438. Those are the numbers to reach us. So please, who will be our first caller this morning? Good morning. Welcome aboard.
Good morning, Mr. Barry.
Good morning to you, Agami.
Good morning, the ghost.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Brother Robert Naked.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Barry, most of the times get your number can be too hard. Though I myself as a person, I do like to hear your programs.
Oh, thank you.
But the issue is sometimes it may not be the program that touched me. I will overlook. But this one, I want to say something about this girl. I am more than sorry that this boy or this man tampered that thing. But the area I'm coming is, please, our students or the young ladies of this time, on weekend, I come across a lady. I was mad within me. The kind of wear some of them can wear is too appalling. I'm not even from the comment, but the way they say it, the boy, they say the boy is completely committing such a atrocity all the time. But the area I'm going is, please, as well as we are running, because our Igbo say, as we are running away from the person who carry oil, so as the person who carry white clothes, as we are running away from the oil. So, my people, the ladies or the students or the lady of this time, please, let them coordinate.
All right.
Cover themselves. Some people will wear something that we know. Oh, show them up.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. But of course, every man should learn to control himself. It's not about women showing themselves. Woman has the right to dress the way she wants to appear. You have the right to put away your eyes and then control yourself. If you can't control yourself, well, stop looking. That's crazy.
Okay.
You don't want them to start behaving dressing like masquerade before you know that they are covering themselves. Is that what we want? What would a 4-year-old cover for? A 4-year-old. Thank you.
No, I'm talking about the student on the beheaded.
That's what I'm saying. Is it because she dressed anyhow that they have to behead her?
No. I get my point. I did not say that he did well or the boys are doing well. But as well, I'm just giving advice.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Evil is evil. We can't even condone. Even if a woman is naked in the street, what concerns you to go and behead her? If you are enticed and you want to do something, remember that's not your wife, not your girlfriend, nothing concerning you. So you don't have any right to even touch her, not talk of raping or beheading. That's crazy. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Barre. How are you doing this morning?
I am very fine. Welcome aboard.
Good morning, the guest in the studio.
Good morning.
It's like the dear Koma is not the studio today.
Yeah, she's not here today.
Olumbise Onyez Logo.
Yeah.
Mr. Barre, over 35 million Nigerians will go into hunger or hungry by World Bank being World Health Organization. I don't know the ones that are saying this.
UN, United Nations.
Okay, UN, United Nations. And you see what is happening in this country. We find ourselves that called Nigeria for now. And the body, you ask yourself, before now, even the things that is happening in Imo State now, in the Owerri West, US told their citizens, they mentioned the states they should be aware of. Imo State was included. Even the sitting governor did not do anything. just like the United Nations now is warning the country called Nigeria for now about hunger that will lavish the citizens. And the president is there borrowing. Senate is there approving it. House of Representatives is there approving it. The borrowing. Ask yourself, what happened to our international reserve? Do we still have any international reserve as a country? The president went at the borrowing to rig himself into 2027 election. My brother, I don't know where we are heading to. I keep on saying it. Let us discuss Nigeria now before it gets too late. That's my take this morning. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you very, very much. Okay. Atiku gets Sokoto ADC nod for 2027 presidential race. That's coming from where? Somebody is very, very familiar with Sokoto. And who is that? I don't know. I don't know his name. Don't say it. Who is that? Atiku has gotten Sokoto's endorsement. Police reject 500 million naira bribe. Seizes suspected Canadian loud worth 7.8 billion. Somebody want to carry loud worth 7.8 billion. You know, even give them 1 billion. 500 million, you won't give them. Police in Ikaba, we seize them. Chai, hard drugs worth 7.8 billion. You see how these people, they make money? And if the policeman won't get $500 million reach, maybe the money no reach. If not get them like 2 billion, they feel live and pass. Don't mind me, I'm just joking. But this is. Anyway, we commend the police for this heroic acts, but we do hope that this one not going to find its way back into the street. Because most of the time, if you see this one, just set fire, burn and more, so you don't waste there. But they will not carry and go for evidence, and for evidence, we don't know when go. Because if you reject 500 million, make it no business, now you want to go sell them, or we're just talking for talking's sake. Please, thank you very much, police, for doing a great job. Nigeria at risk of Ebola virus importation. NCDC. I don't shout. We no one here say Ebola come this country. They don't promise money. We don't change man small. We may be at risk of importation. Who want to go import them? Yes, there are cases now in Uganda. There are about 3 confirmed cases yesterday in Uganda for the Ebola virus. So it's spreading. So in Nigeria, if you do Uganda, stay there, no come here. We don't want you now. Stay there until we hear so they don't contain this thing finish. Don't carry Ebola come to Nigeria. The last time Ebola come here, we know what it be. We know if we go out. We know if we shake hand. We do distance, space distancing. We don't want to know that thing again, no. They call the flash. Have you seen that virus, the way it looks like? Very scary. Even for school, it became like sanitizer. Sanitizer become market. Every day you have to be rubbing sanitizer every day. Did you see that video when the army chiefs wanted to shake president? I had to first post sanitizer before they shake. But this is good. Let's go back to the phone lines. Time is not our friend this morning. Good morning. Who dey? Who be that? Who dey my line? All right. The Pope is to release major artificial intelligence manifesto. What exactly is that? Now, economics consequences of being a beggar nation. This is going to be a very interesting read for you. It's on the Vanguard newspaper, Economic Consequences of Being a Beggar Nation. Who was the leader of Singapore again? I think that was Lee Kuan Yew, yeah? Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, who told the Singaporeans that, hey, the world does not owe us sheshe. So whatever we need, we have to get it ourselves. And they went inwards and started teaching children from education to start manufacturing from nursery to primary. They taught them tech, mathematics. You know, Singapore is the best mathematical nation in the world as it stands now. Education-wise, people are now borrowing Singapore model of education, which was designed strictly for Singapore. It wasn't borrowed. They sat down, okay, this is what we want our children to learn from nursery school to university. And the university, this is how our university will be like. You don't go to university if you are not going to be productive to the society. If you want to go to college, this is what you can learn in college. If you go to university, this is the kind of job you will get. I mean, they structured it in such a way that Singapore became a first-class nation. They were one of the poorest nations. All they did was to restructure their education, and today they are the best. Waiting we they do. Every day we go to America, go borrow 6911, 6344, 6, 7, and 8 to bring to Nigerian education, as if it's the system of America or UK that will solve Nigeria's problem. We are a peculiar nation. We need our own structured education, the way it will suit Nigerians. That is what a nation does. When we did school, we started, they said, bring handwork. What was your handwork then? Did you have what did you do handwork? Anyway, I should say, you don't even do handwork for my own time. So in primary school, they said you either manufacture something, either craft, we they do mortar, we they go carry stick, cut and do mortar, carry and go school. Your teacher go look give you maybe 3 marks. In order for you to get big marks, you have to find something very, very nice. That is when I learned how to do fita. This one they use in fitting, that and fufu and the rest of them. Egusi, all these things. When you plant, you have to do. We learn to do brooms. You don't go cut palm from, do broom. The bigger the broom, the bigger the mark is. The shiny the broom. So we use razor blade and we scrape the whole palm front, and the thing looks very nice. When you go back from school, you sit down and you get a big bunch. You wrap it very well. Some people started cheating. We would not carry stick, put inside, make it heavy, and all that. We took it to school. Then it was a local thing, but it helped people to learn to do things. These days, what be handwork for school? Can somebody tell me? I'm a father. I don't know what they do for handwork. Handwork depends on the most beautiful dress you buy in the market. Handwork depends on how much you have given to the school. This is what our education system have turned into. How on earth are we going to get it right? Those days, we used to have people do fan. You connect battery, you do touch, you put them for stick, you construct the thing, you put, they carry wire, put them, they jam together, light will splash. That was technology, as local as it was, but that was what we used to do as kids. In this present school, which primary school does that? Not to talk of secondary. Secondary, I don't even know whether they will remember what to be handwork. A child going to SS3 WAEC does not know how to do titration. He doesn't know what is a burette. He doesn't know what is a pipette. He doesn't know what a spatula is. And he's going to write WAEC. And you expect that nation to produce people. This is the bane of Nigeria, our education. We are just copy. Whatever the white man do, write in textbook, a lecturer will cram it, come to school, and expect you to go and cram it. You cram. Word for word, 20 years below, you carry the same note and give to people 20 years after. And you expect that kind of education to produce anything? Nothing. That is what we are dealing with in this country. Anyway, let's continue on the show. Let's take another caller before we come back to our messages. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
I greet you, sire.
Good morning, those of us in the studio. And Don, I don't know whether Don is around.
Don is not here today.
He's all right. Well, let me congratulate Mr. President in the most humongous and unprecedented manner for winning lifeline. They just concluded the APC primary election. I want to tell him that to whom the cap is, let him wear it. I want to let him understand, too, that to whom much is given, much is equally expected. I use this to live up to the promise he had made to Nigerians. You know, if he wins if he succeeds in his election bid. It's a welcome development. And I think Nigerians should be happy for this. And they don't change the winning team as the saying goes, because if you look at the scenario that's playing out in the country now, but I agree with it that almost all that matters in the opposition political parties have decided to join APC, because where the body is, the English man says, yeah, they go to back together themselves.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you very much.
And I look forward to a situation whereby my friend will join APC. That is what is saying.
Chief Jude, come and be going. Come and be going this morning. Carry a while to go.
I think at this juncture, it is pertinent to ask one question.
Okay.
Whether the last caller can give us information on the mode of compilation of the figures and the mode of transmission of the results that gave up to almost 11 million votes just like that.
10.999.16. Yeah, that is remain 1,000
million votes within a twinkle of an eye. The votes were counted and transmitted.
It remained just 100. 100.
Collated seamlessly, no system glitch, nothing. Just the figures came, they were announced. That system, I hope they will still keep it intact for 2027 so that it will not take 2 or 3 days and then the results will be announced at 2:30 a.m. when all Nigerians are asleep.
Okay, 10,999,162 votes. So it's remaining about, let's say, 838 votes. 838 votes to become 11 million votes for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if only APC gets 11, nearly, let's approximate it to 11 million votes, only APC direct primary. I wonder how many million we will get during the general election when everybody will be voting. So that is why I say, everybody show your numbers here. All right, well, that is a very beautiful one. APC has led the way. Every other person do your direct primary. That's how it should be. So the direct primary, is it only for the presidential?
You see, a lot of interesting things are happening. When you have a situation where the law says it's either you do consensus or direct, those who have money, enough money in their pockets, will ensure that they go the way of consensus, because that way you can corner some leaders or all the leaders of a political party and get them to consent to your emergence.
No, but the thing is that
magically. Now, even going the way of direct primaries, we have seen and heard what transpired in some states. You know, votes count from 100, jumping from 100 to 500 and 1,500. You know, and all of that. So it is comical. I just pray that this proclivity for comedy is reduced or minimized so that Nigeria stops being a global ridicule.
All right. It is always a pleasure to hear certain things happening, and then we have to enjoy the whole process as it goes. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has emerged as the presidential candidate, winning an astronomical 10.999.967 votes as against his sole challenger, Stanley Osifo, who put 16,504 votes. He don't try, he try to contest with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He try, I guess 16,000. Somebody get 14 votes, so the nationwide direct voting took place across 8,809 wards in all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, and the result came back in one day. So if this is 8,809 wards, how many wards do we have in the entire Nigerian electioneering campaign? 774, right?
The number of wards, it's...
Okay, that's local government.
You're talking about
local
across the country. That figure given is for the
number
of
main
wards
all over. So the same words APC use is the same word the entire general election will use.
Exactly.
Because there's no place that doesn't have a word. So if you have 8,809 words and they all voted electronically, if that is, I've been trying to get the mode of the way they did the election, or they went there, they did option A4, and then they sent the result to the final collation center, and it was collated, right?
If all these processes you have enumerated now take a lot of time.
And they did that in less than 24 hours.
Before conclusion. Do you know what it means to count from 1 to 11 million? Do you know what that means? And do the documentation involving the 11 million count. So please, somebody should spare us comedy here.
Well, Tinubu is now the authentic candidate of the APC, whether you like or you know, like. That's why I keep saying the APC knows how to play this game. When they kept saying everybody register and show your register, submit your register to INEC, and they registered over, I think they said they registered about 12 million, and then out of that 12 million, nearly 11 million voted. Wow, that's outstanding. Don't you think so?
Of course. You're talking about,
there's no time for us.
Let's talk about nearly 90% turnout for just primaries. And in the last election in 2023, you know the percentage of voter turnout.
Oh, it's 25%.
So please,
all right,
somebody should spare us comedy here.
Let's move to the news update at 10, and then when we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. Remember, it's Politics 360 today. We're not dwelling on one political party, but the APC primaries is up. And when we analyze it more, when we come back, and we'll take a look at the ADC, who is going to have their own national convention today, led by the David Mark faction, and the APP state convention holding in Imo State today, and a lot of other conventions that are coming up. Then we'll look at the PDP-APM alliance. How far will it take Makinde? I mean, there are a whole lot of issues to deal with when we come back, so stick around. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back.
Echo FM.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? Are we are slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7. We are the Fresh News People. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu secured the presidential ticket of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for the 2027 general elections, polling a commanding 10,999,162 votes in the party's first nationwide direct primary. Tinubu overwhelmed his sole challenger, Mr. Stanley Osifo, who garnered 16,503 votes in an exercise conducted across 8,809 wards in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Operatives of the Zone 2 Command of the Nigerian Police Force have uncovered a major drug trafficking syndicate in Lagos, seizing suspected illicit drugs estimated at 7.8 billion naira.